Hello everyone, welcome to Black Desert Online. I've been playing Black Desert Online on-off since it first came out in Europe and the NA on March 2016. I shamelessly pre-ordered the game and played it for a few weeks, then I stopped. And then I came back, and then I stopped, and then I came back again. And then I stopped, and I probably repeated that for a few times. But why have I stopped playing Black Desert Online, and why do I keep coming back? Black Desert Online is a sandbox-ish MMORPG with loads of stuff to do, and despite this, I get bored when aimless. I'm terrible at setting goals. I mean, seriously, the game doesn't tell you what to do besides the main questline, so when I'm not sure what to do, I tend to get bored and stop. However, if you do know what you want to do in the game, that's where this game shines, and that's why I keep coming back. Also, the graphics are very shiny. I find the meaning of my virtual life here, and I get to work trying to be good at something in the game. And in this game, while you can just grind and have a little rest on top of this mountain, and of course then you can just keep grinding more and more, you can also do any of the 11 life skills in the game that are their own worlds of choices. The overall goal of the game is to have fun, and to have fun you need silver, and the amount of silver depends on whether you're a crafter, a life skiller, a PvE or a PvP player. Most players are a mix of these, but if you're more into the life skilling side of the game, you will be happy to know that you will not need much to get started, and the rise to fortune will be its own reward, and that'll be the fun part. It may get tedious on one life skill, and when it does, you try another one. The entry barrier is low for most of these life skills, but I'd rather keep barter and farming for later, because for bartering you could use 500 million silver just to buy a better ship so that you can start bartering more effectively from the get-go. And for farming, I would wait to have about 250 contribution points. Contribution points are points you get from questing, and that you're going to accumulate, and you kind of have a pool of contribution points, as you can see up there. And to get to farming, you need to rent a couple of fences from NPCs, and this costs contribution points. Other than that, you can cook, hunt, fish, gather, do alchemy, trade. You can process and gather things in the world as well. Anyway, if you're going for PvE, you may need some gear to beat those nasty monsters, and how much you need really depends on whether you want to hunt. On the map, there's the hunting spots with the recommended AP or attack power. If you're considering getting back to the game or new to the game, I highly suggest getting onto the season servers that give you pretty decent gear as you go along the quest line. I have just finished the Valencia quest line, for example, with my season character, and I'm at 160 AP, which is pretty good. To put it into perspective, I have a level 57 character that I leveled up on myself on a normal server. I spent over 800 million silver on her, and it's 158 AP if I'm not mistaken. So it's totally worth having the season character for sure, and the upgrading is much easier. You can do about 10 million per hour at that level, which is also pretty good. Add to that, mini bosses, world bosses, boss scrolls, and you're able to get much more than just 10 million per hour. Mini bosses are marked by these dark circles on your overall map, and they'll give you a box to open that can contain valuable items for you to sell or to use depending on what you prefer. World bosses are triggered at set times, and usually players flock to them to defeat them, and they can drop boss gear that is very valuable. And boss scrolls are scrolls that you use to spawn a boss in a certain location, and those also give you some goodies like memory fragments and other goodies and valuables like some gear, I think. You can just farm these scrolls by, killing mobs, or you can buy scroll pieces at the marketplace, then you glue these together and you get these scrolls to get your bosses. It might actually be worth just buying them from the marketplace. So what do you really need for PvE? You need the grinding spirit, and you need a season character for sure if you can get your hands into one. Without a season character, you can get started on just PvE with you know, just about 200 million silver, which is really not that much. You can get 200 million silver over the first week of play, and then you can gear yourself up to be a really good PvE player. However, I would advise you just do the season, and you will not need any money, and you will have your fun as well, just the same way. Grinding and doing the PvE does require some patience, but you can 100% mix it up with some life skilling, and the combat is just amazing, and that's the cherry on top. You know, the combat makes the grind and the PvE very enjoyable. I can give you that, and I will talk a little bit more about that later. If you're more of a PvP player, this game offers arenas, duels, team versus team, and of course node wars and siege wars. Now, I'm not too much into PvP since I'm heavily undergeared for that, so I'm not going to be talking extensively about any of this. But if you want to PvP, you're going to need billions of silver to get to it, since the amount of AP and DP, so attack power and defense power you need, is just crazy. And for new players to catch up to close to top players, it seems like an impossible task. Unless your wallet is as deep as the Marianas Trench. 11 kilometers deep. Yes, that's probably not going to be enough anyway. So seriously, you can't get decent gear for PvP for maybe 5 billion silver, and then it will just be decent, not great. You might be able to get to 220, 230 AP with those values, and by then it'll be okay for PvP. But yeah, you'll need a lot more for PvP. You probably need about 260 AP plus, and that'll just mean spending another 5 to 10 billion silver on items. However, is it worth it? Probably, if you're into the grind, if you're into just getting more and more silver, then yes, totally worth it. If you like the grind, go for it, and it's worth it because the combat is just extremely good. Do not get disheartened, however, if by listening to this, if you're the PvP kind of player, because on the new season servers, only season characters can get in, and as such you'll be competing with players whose characters are close to yours in terms of level. Why? Because seasons start and finish within, I think it's like 3 or 4 months. So no one is extremely over leveled right there. So season servers are actually fair for new players and a great way to experience the PvP without having to spend ungodly amounts of silver and time grinding for it. I just suggest that you finish all of the main quests first. Do that. You'll have fun, I guarantee you, especially if you're going in and play with friends. That said, the combat in this game is just amazing, at least for me, and it's the only reason the heavy grinding nature of the PvP works, and it's the reason why I recommend PvP-focused players to play this game as well. The combat is fluid and impactful, especially if you know what you're doing and if you know your combos. Combos are huge in this game and make the combat look and feel really powerful, and you know, it's almost like a dance, really. It's really pretty to look at as well. It is hands down the best action combat I've seen. You know, Terra? No, get out of here. Guild Wars 2? Get out of here. You know, even though Guild Wars 2 is not really action combat, but seriously, it's the best thing I've seen so far. So kudos to the guys who made it. The ambience, the music, the overall graphics, especially on high-end computers, are all great. Giving you a feeling of immersion, especially without the UI. It might require a little bit of tweaking in the options to get it to your liking, like the lighting, the colors, but, you know, I just find the game to be extremely enjoyable for that. Not to say that it's all fun and games, as certain quest lines, and I'm looking at you, Valencia, are just painful to do. And the Valencia quest line is just painful to do. Painful, I tell you. But that's probably the most negative thing I have about the game. Also, the entry barrier for the PvP is pretty high, though with the season servers I believe this was mitigated, so that's fine. The RNG on upgrades is kinda awful. I really dislike it, but at this point in the game you can just buy the upgraded items from the marketplace. You're gonna be able to get silver. There's lots of life skills that you can level up to get the silver. You can just PvE grind to get the silver, so you don't really need to buy into this system of RNG upgrading. That it's really annoying. Be warned. Okay. One important thing also about this game that I have mixed feelings about is that the classes are gender locked. However, a lot of classes do have their opposite gender counterparts, so everything that is bad about the game has been mitigated somewhat by the devs, so that's pretty cool. This is, for all intents and purposes, for me, this is BDO, and I love the game. That's why I keep coming back. It's engaging, it's addictive, and damn it, it's sucking my life away. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, a bit different from the usual strategy games, I know, but I wanted to make a bit more content for this channel, a little bit more eclectic, let's just say. And we have Black Desert Online and MMORPG right here, so let's get at it. I will probably make a couple more videos for it. Let me know what you guys want to watch next, and thank you so much for watching. Do please leave a like, subscribe, and comment to this channel. I have been Mr. Turd, and I am signing off. Whoosh.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.